Hey guys, Julls here from SnusCENTRAL.org, and have I got something for you. You guys are very, very, very lucky because today I'm going to take you to Denmark to V2's annual Midsummer Fest in Silkeborg, Denmark. So grab yourself a can of Thunder, in my case Thunder Raw because I need it for the trip, and grab your bags and let's go to Denmark. Hey guys, so we're facing the front of the new V2 factory. Really cool building. Not gonna be able to show you guys the production line or anything for obvious reasons, but I can show you a little bit of the inside of the building, so that's where we're going now. Say hi, Patrick.
Hi, Julls. And hi, Snus World.
Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
So, at this point in the trip, we got to see the factory. That was really freaking amazing. We got to work the production floor. I mean, how cool is that? What other place is going to let you sit there and make snus? But, alright, so a little disclaimer. If you recently, I'd say in the last 6 weeks, have purchased any V2 snus and there's a defect with the can, the portions, or anything, it's probably my fault. Mark and Patrick, really great guys, they turned us loose on the factory floor and said, you run the equipment. So, so ThatSnusGuy and I, we were sitting there and we were making snus. So I don't know about his line, but the line that I was running, probably some minor hiccups, but it's all good. So honestly, if you have any problems with your cans, the one that I know that I really messed up was Off-Road Frosted. Yeah, I jammed the machine a couple times, and yeah. Just if you have one of the defective cans that I sent through, I'm sorry. It's my fault. Don't blame V2. It's my fault. But yeah, we got to run the production line, which is pretty cool. So yeah, after that, so later that evening, V2 held their annual Midsummer Fest, and I'll go ahead and roll some clips from that.
I just don't think you understand. And if you tell my heart,
So the funny thing is, Billy Ray's music is still very popular in Europe, especially Denmark. But it's okay, Nina. We won't tell anybody.
I'm a picker, I'm a dreamer, I'm a lover, and I'm a sinner. Play my music in the sun, see.
So the Midsummer Fest was amazing. Mark and Patrick really know how to throw an excellent party. I really had a great time, and I know ThatSnusGuy and I we're still talking about it to this day. So we'll fast forward a little bit through the night. I'm not sure what else happened that night. Actually, I do know what happened that night, but in all seriousness though, it was late night. And so the next morning we had a free day in Silkeborg, and yeah, I kind of overslept a little bit the next day. I was really tired. That jet lag really gets to you. But seriously, ThatSnusGuy and I decided, we have a free day. Let's go explore a little bit. So we hopped on a train. Well, we were staying in Silkeborg, Denmark, and we walked to the train station, and we we had the hardest time trying to figure out how to purchase train tickets, and finally we figured it out. But so we got train tickets and we went to a neighboring town or city, whatever you want to call it. It was called Rye, R-Y, and we took the train there. It was really cool. We both had a great time, so we'll go ahead and roll some footage from that. So in Rye, we found this really cool mill. I believe it was a mill. It was from 1881, and obviously it was restored, but ThatSnusGuy and I thought it was amazing. It was probably the coolest thing we saw in the town. But I mean, we saw some other things in the town, but my batteries on my camcorder were they were almost dead. So I really didn't get a chance to shoot much else in Rye, but the mill is phenomenal. So we'll go ahead and roll that footage. So that was pretty amazing. Not as amazing as what we did the next day. That was crazy. The next day, being a huge history buff, both ThatSnusGuy and I are huge history buffs. Patrick took us to the old town, and forgive my Danish. My Danish is horrible, but I believe it's pronounced Aarhus. It's A-A-R-H-U-S is the name of the city. We went there, and we went to a place called the Old Town in English. In Danish, I believe it's called Den Gamle By, something like that. Really cool place. It's an open-air museum, and they have these historic buildings from all over Denmark, and they were able to save them and bring them here and create this old town, per se. Really amazing. So we're going to go ahead and roll some footage from that. But before we get into that, they have an old, on site there at the old town, they have this old tobacco museum, or it's a museum now, but this old tobacco factory there that I actually learned something very, very interesting. So sorry to go off on a tangent here, but I have to share it with you guys. So as we know, if you read history, if you took history in school, you'll know that Sweden was actually part of Denmark a long, long time ago. And I mean, I was aware of this, but I really wasn't aware of what I had learned, what I learned when I went there. And so actually, technically speaking, you know, we call snus Swedish snus, and we call snus from Denmark, currently we call it Swedish style snus. However, I've been wrong this whole entire time. After this trip, I had learned that, you know, it's all technically Danish snus because snus originated from Denmark, and that really, I didn't know that before this, and I was wrong this entire time. But you know, it was really, really, really cool experience. I'll probably never be able to experience something like that ever again from all the periods of time in history from that era. And I'm gonna go ahead and share some footage with you from that. It was really amazing, so I hope you really enjoy this.
Call me Quick Quick.
You think it, yeah?
Say something funny.
Funny. You want to buy some book? I got some book.
Guys, I had a phenomenal time in Denmark. I loved sharing every bit of the trip with you. But I do have to say, Mark and Patrick from V2 Tobacco, you guys rock. And you guys are the best hosts ever. I have to share one more thing with you. When we got to work the factory line, me being me, Julls, you know, I went up to everybody on the factory floor. I said, do you love your job? Just tell me, honestly, what do you like about your job? Everybody loves working for V2. And I really see why. Mark and Patrick are great hosts. Everything that they did made us feel welcome and at home. And everybody in the factory felt the same way, it seemed like. Everybody was very happy and very friendly and more than willing to help us with anything that we needed help with. Mark and Patrick, from the bottom of my heart, I really want to say thank you for the invitation. And you guys are amazing. And you guys have a great thing going. And this trip was amazing. I really hoped you guys enjoyed watching. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just leave them down below. And this last little clip that I'm going to share with you was a special song that Patrick performed with the band at the V2 Midsummer Festival. Until next time, guys, I'm Julls for Snus Central, and I'll see you then.
Godt klar, det er alene nu. Ellers så gider vi ikke mere. Og i hende er min bedste ven. Bedste ven. Den er klog og fin. Og lige hvad i bag. Hvis man måtte spille mand, så bliver jeg glad. Igen. Hvis man må spille mand, så bliver jeg glad. Tusind tak skal I have.